Welcome, Westside Wellbeing crew. We have got 20 minutes of yoga today. Grab a mat. I like to take my socks and shoes off if you can. It's not essential if you can't. I've got water to hand. I also have a pack of tissues because you might hear I've got a bit of a cold. Today's session is going to be perfect if you're doing walking or running at the moment. So there's a lot of people in training for half marathons. So if you're doing a lot of running, a lot of forward and backward motion with your hips, we're going to address that. We're going to address lower back. Or if you're just starting to get out and do a little bit more walking, the days are getting a little longer, there's more light, there's more sun, you might be out and about, maybe taking your lunch break to go for a walk and you just want some stretches for when you get back afterwards. This is going to be really good for you as well. So, as always, don't do anything if it hurts, and if it means you start to scrunch up your face or hold your breath, then it's not the right posture for you. We can adapt. With all that in mind, we're going to start standing up, feet to hip distance, relax the arms beside you, and just notice how you're feeling. You can start to bring your attention, your focus to your breath. And see if you can start to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Taking a few breaths here, just like this. We're going to make this breath a little more energetic. So as you inhale, take the arms wide, spread the fingers wide, keep the shoulders relaxed. As you take the gaze up above you, and as you exhale, let the hands come all the way down through the midline of the body. You can take a couple more like this. Starting to just connect the mind and the body. Excellent. When the hands release down beside you, I just want you to sway from left to right. Let those arms feel nice and heavy as they go from one side to the other. Sometimes when we run or we walk, we just let tension creep up into our shoulders. The arms can get a little fixed, so just let those arms relax. And then arms come to a stillness, and we're just going to start to circle around into the hips. Now again, we can have a tendency to compress into the lower back, to load our weight here when we stand. So we're just feeling that out here as we take these nice big hip circles and then go back the other way. Lovely. Find your way to stillness. We're going to have a little test for our balance. So if you want to have your hand on a chair or use a wall, that's fine. Take the weight into one leg and just start to open and close through the hip. So you can do it like I am, tapping the toe down, or you can hold on to the knee and just open and close into the hip. Just depends how your balance is feeling. Notice when you open your hips if you want to try and stick your bum out. Try and keep your tailbone tucked under. And you can of course mix the two. You can do a little bit of toe tapping, you can do a little bit of hip opening. And bring the leg back to center, swapping over to the other side. Just really working into that ball and socket joint. Maybe taking it into more of a balance, just see how you feel. And releasing the leg down, finding your way to stillness, just breathe. We're going to step the feet together. Inhale, take the arms up above the head. Now I'm going to do a butterfly grip. So I'm crossing at the thumb, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Relax the shoulders away from your ears, nice long neck. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to reach up and over I'm going over to my left hand side, keeping that butterfly grip, fingers spread nice and wide, shoulders away from the ears. So we're starting to create space down the right hand side of the body. An option, cross your right leg over your left. On your next inhale, come all the way up. We're going to float the hands down to the hips, and if you haven't already, now's a good chance to cross your right leg over your left. Take a nice deep inhale, take the gaze up, and we're going to hinge halfway. So I'll just show you this from the side. You're keeping your right leg crossed over your leg, and we're just going to start to hinge halfway. So you should start to feel that as a stretch into the outside of your left leg. If the right leg is crossed over the leg, it's your left leg. You're really starting to feel that. You only need to fold halfway. We're going to breathe here. And inhale to come all the way back up. Uncross the legs. Excellent. Same thing on the other side. Let's inhale, take the arms up, cross the thumbs. See if you can cross them the other way around than you did on the other side. Step the feet together. Relax the shoulders, spread the fingers wide. Nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, reach up and over. Go the opposite way. So I'm going over to the right hand side. Nice long body down the left. And you could cross your left ankle over the right. On your next inhale, coming all the way up. If you haven't crossed the legs, cross them now as you bring your hands to your hips. Nice deep inhale. Show you this from the side again. And as you exhale, fold. Just hinge from the hips. Just fold halfway until you feel the stretch in the back leg down the outside. Excellent. On your next inhale, coming all the way back up. Release the legs, step the feet to hip distance, and just take a moment here. Notice how the body is feeling. And start to work into the hips even more. Step the feet to the width of the mat. Turn the toes out, bend into the knees and start to slide your hips down towards the floor. Maybe you can get your forearms to rest on your thighs and you work here. Maybe fingertips come down to the mat. We're going to take the weight from one side to the other, lifting one heel, then the other. Lovely. And then start to find stillness here. Get those heels down to the mat if you can. Hands come to the floor and start to walk your feet backwards into a downward facing dog. Spine is nice and long. Have a softness in your knees. Keep the back flat. Rotate the armpits in towards each other. And we're just going to pedal out through the legs, bending one, then the other. And then start to find stillness. And settle your knees down to the floor. Take them wide. Big toes touch. And push your hips back towards your heels. Lengthen the spine. Relax your forehead, your chest down towards the floor. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Nice. Start to walk your hands in towards the body. Keep your head low, chin in towards your chest, and slowly, slowly start to roll the head all the way back up. When you get here, just take a roll into your shoulders. Again, just releasing any tension that's crept in on your run or your walk. And take them back the other way. Of course, if you are not a runner, not a walker, this will also be a really great set of stretches for you. Let the shoulders come to stillness. We'll drop chin towards chest and slowly roll the head from one side to the other. chin comes back to the chest. Stop here and start to lift the head up. Now, this is a really good one for your feet. We're going to bring the knees in towards each other. Hands come back behind us. Fingertips point in the same direction as our knees. And I invite you just to think about lifting up the knees. So they might not lift very high. You might be able to lift them high. Just see what is working for you. So you're stretching into the tops of the feet here. Particularly as runners and walkers, we can forget about our feet until something goes wrong. Can feel a little uncomfortable. We're slowly going to release out. Start to walk the hands forwards, find a tabletop position, and just circle into those ankles. Maybe tap the feet out the floor. You could tuck the toes. Just get the blood flow returning back to the feet. We've got one more to work here on the feet. We're having the toes tucked under. And we're going to start to walk the hands in towards the body. Bum comes back towards the heels. So you're really stretching now into the backs of the toes. If you feel comfortable here, you could slide the hands up to your thighs or hands to hips. We use that breath as our guide. So if you start to hold your breath, just ease out. If it feels really painful, there's a difference between pain and discomfort. So this isn't a comfortable one, but if it feels painful, please just come out, come back onto your hands. We're going to take one more breath. And start to walk your hands back down onto the mat. Release the feet, wiggle the toes, circle the ankles, tap the feet out on the floor. Lovely. We're coming up onto our high knees. Tucking the toes under, hands to the lower back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Again, think about space. So we're lifting the chest away from our pelvis. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Maybe open the throat, gaze goes up. As you inhale, come all the way back up to a neutral spine position. Bring your left hand to the floor. Now you could stay here, or option, extend your right leg out to the side and start to reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Nice chest opener. We're starting to open into the hips as well. Now we'll try and go the other way. So bring the right hand down to the floor and see if you can lift the left arm up. You might not have as much range of motion here. Keep the right leg extended out to the side if you can. And as you exhale, let the left hand come down to the mat. Keep that right leg extended out to the side and push your hips back in line with your heel. This is like a child's pose, but we've got that right leg extended, and if it feels really uncomfortable, just bend into the right leg again and take a full child's pose. On your next inhale, coming all the way back up into a tabletop position, bend into that right knee. We're going to do the same thing now on the other side. So come up onto your high knees, tuck the toes under, hands to the lower back, squeeze the shoulder blades, open the chest. Throat opens, gaze goes up. Maybe you can take the gaze back a little further this time. As you inhale, come up to center. Lovely. Right hand comes down to the mat. I'm just going to shuffle around so I've got some space to extend my left leg to the side. We reach the left arm up towards the ceiling here. Find your twist. You can do this with both knees down on the floor if you prefer. Left hand comes down to the mat. We twist and open the other way. There might not be quite so much movement here. And as you exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. We push our hips back in line with that back heel. Left leg stays extended. If it feels uncomfortable for the leg, or if you've not quite got the space, you can bend into that left knee, take a child's pose. Excellent. Inhale to pull yourself up into a tabletop position. Knee comes back down to the mat. Now just notice how you're feeling here, and if a wiggle would be nice, or a little circle through the hips, or a circle through the shoulders. Maybe what we call our cat and cow pose, where you round through the spine. Just see what feels good for you here. And come to stillness. Start to shuffle the legs forward and come onto your sit bones, and we'll roll all the way back down onto our backs on our mats. Have a bend in the knees, feet to the floor. We're crossing our right ankle on top of the left thigh. And start to push your right thigh away from the body. If that isn't enough of a stretch for you, you could take your hands underneath the left leg and start to hug the left leg in towards the body. I'm just fighting off the urge to sneeze here, so apologies, I'll try and sneeze away from the microphone. We'll release our left foot to the floor. Unhook the ankle, squeeze right knee in towards the right shoulder as you slide your left leg away from you. And then from here we'll come into a twist. Knee comes up and over towards the left hand side, right hip stacks on top of the left hip, right arm reaches away from you, gaze follows the fingertips. On your next inhale, start to come all the way back onto your back. If it feels nice, another little squeeze, right knee in towards right shoulder. And then extend your right leg to meet the left. We'll do the same thing on the other side, bending into the knees, feet to the floor. Left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh, and you start to push the left thigh away. Same option, you could bring the hands underneath the right thigh and start to hug it in towards the body. Try and keep the head, neck and shoulders nice and relaxed, jaw relaxed, tongue relaxed, eyeballs relaxed. Releasing the right foot to the floor, unhook the ankle, interlace the fingers around the top of the left shin, squeeze knee towards the shoulder, and maybe slide the right leg away. And then prepare to come into your twist. Take the knee across the body, over to the right hand side, left hip stacks on top of the right, left arm reaches away. Let the body settle here. Let your shoulders settle here. On an inhale, slowly start to roll back onto your back. You could give that left knee a little squeeze in towards the body. And then release the left leg to meet the right. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. Open your knees, Your hips out nice and wide. Any pressure in the lower back, just experiment with where the feet go. So they could be close to the body, they could be further away. And maybe just connect one hand to your belly, one hand to your chest. And use this opportunity to connect to the way the breath is moving through your body. Maybe after a run, maybe after a walk, maybe before, or maybe just a way to break up your day today. And take a moment to be thankful for this incredible energy that moves through you, that fuels you to do all the things you want and need to do. We're going to release the arms down beside the body. Use your hands to help bring the thighs all the way together and then gently roll onto your right hand side. And from here we will push ourselves up to find a comfortable seated position. Closing your eyes when you get here. Just taking a moment to notice anything, everything that might have changed for you over the course of your 20-minute yoga practice. And we're going to take a nice big sigh together. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Let it all out through the mouth, big sigh. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice, sharing your incredible energy with me and everyone else who joins these videos. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. So please feel free to share your comments, to like, to share, to subscribe, to get access to these drops 1 p.m. every Wellbeing Wednesday. And next week we're doing an extra special for International Women's Day, so it's going to be a female focused workout. So hopefully we will see you again then. Take care.